Hey Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign, this is Mina, and this is your September 2020 horoscope prediction videos. So in this video, we're going to cover the theme of your month, messages from the divine, hidden strengths you may not be aware that you have to use to your advantage in September, the actions you should take, the lessons you're learning, love and romance, and lastly, career and finance. Then we will go ahead and roll these astrodice over here to get some additional information into our reading. For those of you who are cross-watching for a Taurus in your life who you love, I'm going to go ahead and leave a timestamp in the description box. That links you straight to the love and romance section, so you can skip right there. Be sure that you're watching your Sun, Moon, and Rising video, as the combination of the three is going to give you a very personalized reading that you can use throughout the month. If you don't know what your Sun, Moon, and Rising sign are, I will also put a link in the description box below to a natal chart creator. That way you can figure out what those three signs are. You'll just need to know your birth time. If not, it's okay. You can get a lot of detailed information just from knowing your sun and moon sign. Okay, for those of you who like to watch the shuffling, I'm going to go ahead and start that in a minute. But for those of you who do not want to watch the shuffling and just want to get straight into the reading, I will also put a timestamp in the description box below, linking directly to the reading, so you can skip over the shuffling process. But for the rest of us, let's begin. Okay, Taurus, the theme of your month is the Two of Wands. Theme of your month is exploring different options. So a lot of you are feeling very restless this month, and you are contemplating whether or not you're on the right path and what to do next. And I think two pretty good options are going to come open for you. So you're really going to need to turn into your intuition and look and see what feels and seems to be the most correct. Just remember, the grass isn't always greener on the other side, so you definitely want to take some time researching and diving into which path is going to be best suited for you. Messages from Divine, the Ten of Wands. Spirit's saying that there's a decision you made lately, or a decision you might be making, that seems like a good idea at the time. But when you actually sit down and think about it, it's actually saddling yourself with quite a bit of extra responsibility. And so you're feeling quite stuck and burdened with some extra challenges that you weren't quite expecting, and it's restricting you a bit and causing some burnout here. It is possible that you are going to be asked to cut something out of your life that you've just recently taken on in order to get back to a place where you don't have so many plates spinning at once. You've lost your focus a little bit, and you were just kind of taking on every opportunity that came your way. And now is the time to sit down and figure out what is top priority and what things you want to keep in your life and what things are really serving the greater purpose in your life. And if you need to cut some things out, don't be afraid to do that in September. Hidden gems you can use to your advantage. Calm your mind. This is the third eye chakra, and this card basically states that you're feeling really confused, very chaotic in September, and it's feeling like you just really can't get your mind to calm down. Realize that all emotions and thoughts are just passing, fleeting thing. They don't have to exist within your mind forever, and you don't have to hold on to them for as long as you seem to feel like you are. Sometimes we have these thoughts and they upset us, or we have these really negative emotions, and it's okay to release them and let them go and realize that life is so much bigger than these small moments that we're currently in. Although sometimes it seems like your whole world has gone crashing down around you, it's actually not the end of the world, and it's just one small moment in the grander scheme of things. So this month, when things get really hard and very stressful, I want you to take a moment and close your eyes and picture your happy place. Somewhere you go, some place that's your very favorite place to go, and imagine you're the only one there. Take some time noticing each muscle from your toes all the way up to your face and relaxing each one slowly. When you've finished relaxing your muscles, you're going to want to breathe in and out. And if any thoughts or emotions are coming into your mind at this time, imagine them as clouds just passing through, and then focus back on your breathing. This will allow you, one, to be more aware of the specific things that are stressing you out and what you might need to cut out of your life. And two, this will let you know that thoughts and feelings can actually pass through you without maintaining in your brain for days at a time. It's actually okay. You're a human being. You're going to have thoughts and emotions here in our 3D world. But once you get more acquainted with yourself in a meditative state, you're going to realize how impermanent life is and how completely okay that is in the larger scheme of things. Make a list of songs that really calm you down or make you feel really, really good when you sing them out loud or dance to them. You want to surround yourself with really good music that allows you to get outside of your mind from time and time again. Okay, actions you should be taking this month. The unicorn and the lizard. This is just a lot more of the same repeated message. Lizards are very intuitive. They're very in tune with their surroundings, with their intuition. And so being in large, overwhelming, sensory overload places really stress them out. So this is talking about being overwhelmed by the amount of things you have going on. The unicorn, again, is third eye chakra stuff. So developing that intuition, because you have this big choice to make, right? And you've taken on something that at the time seemed good, but now it isn't. So you're really being asked to tune into your intuition to figure out which thing you need to start cutting out from your life to move forward. So it's definitely a good time to take a break from big public areas and also look into getting involved in some kind of a creative project that has nothing to do with anything in your career or with your family. Just one silly, small, creative thing that you can do so that you can focus on something else for a while, give your brain a break from being constantly overwhelmed, and step into something that's a little bit more soothing. What lessons are you learning? Persephone? Remember that sometimes saying that you don't know what to do is actually more wise than continuing to pretend that you do know what to do. Being inexperienced is not a bad thing. It's just a part of life that we all have to go through. And so the lesson this month for you is realizing that you may not have all the answers. It's realizing that you maybe didn't know what you didn't know before you took on this new venture. And now that you have more experience, you can make a different decision. It doesn't mean that you failed or that you've fallen down or that you've done anything wrong. It just means that you didn't know that it wasn't going to be the right path for you. Now you do, and you can make a different decision. Also, the lesson here, I think, is more about the fact that every decision we make has consequences, both good and bad. And so don't be so hard on yourself when the bad consequences come around. Because, again, we're never quite sure what's going to happen. Every decision of life is just kind of a gamble, and it pushes us on the greater path. So there isn't always a right answer. Sometimes you just kind of have to turn inwards and decide what's best for you, and sometimes we get it right and sometimes we get it wrong. But isn't that kind of part of the whole human experience? So just really don't be so hard on yourself, Taurus. I think you're doing a great job here. You just need to take some time to remember that your body and your emotions really can impact and really can tell you a lot more than just intellect alone. For love and romance, the Ten of Swords. For my Taurus people who are in a relationship, the Ten of Swords could be signifying a breakup, but I think for the vast majority of you, what it's talking about is you may be being a little over dramatic with your partner and kind of playing the victim with them, making them feel guilty about them having too much on their plate. Basically, you're very overwhelmed, and so you're looking to them for advice and love and support. Unfortunately, they're quite overwhelmed now as well. And so if you push them and you say, but I really need your help right now, because they're also so overwhelmed, it might actually backfire on you. Being kind of dramatic and playing the role of the helpless victim is not going to be, they're not going to be very receptive to that this month. For my Tauruses who are single, the Ten of Swords here is talking about feeling a bit of devastation over a recent loss in love and really working through all of those serious emotions that come with it. And even if the relationship was unhealthy and you let it go for a very specific reason, you may still have some really negative, upsetting feelings about that, and that's okay. So this month for you is all about going through dealing with the finality of this breakup and really giving yourself time to heal and rediscover the things that you really want in a partner and how you're going to move on and the things that you just want out of life. I think focusing more on what you want from life and then allowing the partner who fits into that life to come to you is the much better strategy, and you really need to take time to feel and heal this month. For career and finance, we've got the Seven of Wands reversed and the Hierophant reversed. Ooh. You're just kind of exhausted at work and you're really having a hard time doing the tasks that used to be kind of easier for you. Every small task just seems really overwhelming. And it doesn't help that there seems to be more and more demands being put on you within your job, and you're being asked to conform to certain ways of doing things that you weren't ready for. Things are getting much more restrictive at work, and it's the opposite of making you want to do things more, right? When someone tells us you can't do it the old way you used to do it, we have this reaction of like, well, then I'm just not going to do it at all, right? And so I think someone's coming in and they're telling you exactly how you're going to run things or do things, and they're putting it in more of like a, these are the rules or this is the law type of thing, and you really need to live up to it. And you're like, well, what in the world? I mean, I've been doing it this way for so long, it's been working out just fine. And so there's a bit of a resistance there. For like a few of you out there, your boss is asking you to do something that is against your moral code, that is against the law. Do not do that thing. I would be better just to quit than to actually do that thing, or stand up to them and say, like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. And yeah, it may not curry your favor with the boss, but you need to not compromise your moral code right now. That's definitely not going to help you calm your mind in any fashion of the world's word, in any fashion. So turn inward, turn into your intuition. If it feels wrong or feels like it's going against what you would normally do not engage in that behavior. In a financial aspect, you may be doing some frivolous spending that you don't need to be doing, so be very aware of what you're spending your money on, because I'm getting the sense that finances are not always going to be secure for you in the coming weeks, and so we want to be very careful about holding on to our money and not frivolously spending anything. All right, let's roll the astrodice to see if we can get any more information. We've got Sagittarius, the 11th house, which is Aquarius, and the North Node. So this could be saying that Aquarius or Sagittarius are in your Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. It could also be saying that you have a North Node in Aquarius or in Sagittarius, and this is confirmation that this reading is for you. But North Node, if you haven't gotten one of these in my videos before, North Node is what we're supposed to be moving towards. It's what we're supposed to be trying to achieve in this lifetime. And your South Node is what you come into this life already being knowledgeable and skilled with, and then the North Node is what you're working toward. It's what you're not naturally adept at. If we're trying to work towards a more Sagittarius, Aquarius type of mindset here, then we would be looking at doing things for the collective. We would be looking at some kind of rebellion, some kind of reformation in our life. And then Sagittarius which Jupiter is affiliated with Sagittarius, is all about expanding, abundance, and optimism. Some of you are going to be going out and learning these new ways of doing things and learning new things about yourself that you didn't know that you were good at. It's all about expanding for the greater good. And so all of these challenges, this overwhelming, this having to feel like you're being asked to cut something out of your life that's important to you, but that just isn't serving you anymore. And all of this is in the hopes to prepare you for being a bigger leader in the scale of things, Taurus. And you're going to be asked, a lot of people are going to be coming to you with questions and concerns, and you're going to have to learn how to cut some of these things out of your life and to delegate them out. And so I think this is the bigger lesson going on. And again, just admitting that as when we grow older and as we gain more experiences, we learn more about life than we knew before. And so not to feel guilty about our past decisions, because we made the best choice that we could with the information that we had at the time. And so luck is definitely on your side, especially if you're turning into your intuition and being that open channel for spirit to come and give you the information that I would like to give you. Definitely spend some time in meditation, Taurus. All right, these are all the messages I'm getting for you. If this video resonates with you, comment down below or like this video. Subscribe to my channel for more pick a card videos as well as monthly horoscope readings, and I will see you next time.